Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Leaders Dialogue Show. Mr. John Nganga, we are discussing how does somebody acquire anything they possess?
Anything in my possession,
Yes.
or your possession,
Yeah.
and you claim to own it, needs to be checked. And you check in the following.
Yeah.
Anything anyone has, he either acquired it by buying it.
Buying.
If he bought, we need to find out where he got the money from. It will be stolen money.
Yes, yes.
So it's still not his.
Yes, yes.
It is whoever he stole from should also own this thing.
Yes.
That's why the recovery unit in government is going, after they discover you are corrupt and you took money, they're able to follow it. Because you have a title to the plot.
Yes.
But because you bought it with the stolen money, the government reclaims it.
Yes.
So the first way of acquiring something is buying it. But we need to go a step behind and find out how did you get the money.
How did you buy it?
If you did not work to get the money, then it means for sure you are a thief.
You are thief.
Number two, you can get something through gifts.
Gifts.
Your parents decide to, when you get married, they tell you the gift they are giving you is a house in Boroboro, and they give you and the title. You now own the house,
Yes.
but you did not buy it.
It was gift.
It was a gift. In this second thing, if something is a gift, then you must, the person who gave you must know he gave you. There are people who pick your books, read it, like it, then after some time they they refuse to return it. Say, no, this was given by Pastor Duku. No. If you are given, the giver must know that he gave you. And I think that's a very, very important issue. So you can acquire something by somebody giving you, but if truly he gave you, you must say who gave you, when he gave you, and is he aware?
Yes.
If one of those three is not quite clear, we need to investigate. Now, so you go through all your properties, all your items in your bedroom, whatever. If you did not buy it, if you did not get it through a gift, all the others are stolen. There's no fourth way.
No.
So if you could look at that book,
Yes.
and you cannot remember buying it,
Yeah.
and you cannot remember being given,
Yes.
then you know you have stolen it.
Yes.
And people try to imagine other things, but that's how you acquire things. Either through procuring by using your own money, or being given by somebody who had acquired it themselves. And everything else. And many people have many things which cannot fall in those two categories. And so when we are talking about integrity, a man of integrity is not impressed by his possessions. You know, it's Jesus who said, a man's life does not consist in the things he possesses. You and what you possess are not together.
No.
You can be a very valuable person before God, yet you possess very little. You can be possessing a lot, but you are on your way to hell.
That's true.
It's not what that needs to be dealt with. The moment a man of integrity does not value possessions, as he values a name.
That's true.
Somebody says a good name is better than riches. So a man of integrity would always pick a good name
That's true.
rather than the whole issue about getting riches. And that's why for them they will be very careful. I'm buying something, but the question is, how did I get that money?
That's true.
The end does not justify the means. They don't agree with the Machiavelli, who say that the end justifies the means. No, they don't just watch the end. They are interested in the means. And they would rather not get something, not get an end, if it requires them to follow a wrong means to the end.
That's true.
So, in defining what stealing is owning something which you did not buy, or owning something which you are not given. Whatever that is, you are a thief.
Yeah.
Nobody may know you are a thief,
Yes.
but again, between you and the devil and God,
Yeah.
you know you are a thief. And I think it's important for us to, in dealing with the matter, to actually ask ourselves,
Yes.
are we emphasizing that when dealing with the people, or are we not emphasizing that? Because a lot of people then feel the ease they can easily stay with your things, and they don't even bother. They think, after all, Nganga is rich.
Yes.
Now you see, unless Nganga gives you, you cannot give yourself Nganga's property. You have to come and ask me, please. You have 10 pence, surely. Could you help me with one?
Yes.
Not for a time, but I want to own it. Then I can tell you, yes, have it. From that moment, you are okay.
Yes.
There's no problem with you, because you know you are given. I can even transfer the title, assuming there's a title for a pen. I can transfer the title.
Yes.
I think it will be important that we understand. So we discussing these issues on integrity, because the bar has fallen very low. A lot of people think they have integrity, yet they are compromised in many ways. They have things that they should not be having, and they assume that they are, that, like we were talking about earlier about misappropriation. They have misappropriated somebody else's property to theirs, so they think they own it. No. It's something that we need to review.
Excellent. Now, at a home area, how can stealing happen at that smaller unit?
Yeah, you know, most stealing, the college is called home. The college is called home.
Yes.
You know, if you don't teach your child not to like free things, to understand that everything takes pains to acquire, your child will start thinking that other things is very easy. You can get, somebody comes with a bicycle, just picks it and wants to ride it. He does not respect other people's rights to properties. He goes to his sister's bedroom, he picks a pen and starts using it without asking for permission from his sister. Because you see, when you bought pens, you gave him a pen, you gave her a pen. They now belong to, they acquired through giving from the father. Then you need each child to understand that you cannot, you don't find that your son picking your daughter's doing and you say, no, it's okay, you are sisters. No. You are training a thief. And you know, you're not talking about maybe at the age of 3 or 4. But you are training a thief, because they soon don't learn how to respect other people's property. You need to discipline him if you ever see him taking his sister's things. And that does not mean you don't encourage the sister to give. You say, son, if you ever want your sister's property, just go and say, please, sister, I need a pen. Can you give me? If she says no, come to me, I'll buy you another pen. Do not start imagining that you can pick your sister's thing without. But you know, that's one way. But the other thing is a father who buys you something, then starts using it without your permission. If you give your son something, it belongs to him. You should teach him how to respect other people's rights, other people's ownership, by saying, son, I know I gave you 10 sweets. Please give me one. I'm feeling like my throat is dry. May I? Please. Hey, the boy feels very proud. Yet you're the one who gave him. You are teaching him how to respect other people's property. Thieves do not respect other people's rights to property. So if you start making your child right at home not to respect property, by you, though you decide it, because they are copying from you, you end up with a thief, and you never understand that he actually, the college that trained him was actually at home. The same thing with when you want to teach lying, you tell a boy, please work hard, become number one. Once you're number one, I'll buy you a bicycle. Then you become number one. You say, hey, Papa, I now need my bicycle. Why? But I became number one in school. Go and do better. One son asked the father, Surely, when you are number one, how can you become better? Now, and they are not understanding. Parents are not understanding. When you do not keep your promise to your son, you are teaching him that lying is okay. Or when you are in a tight pot, the way to get out of a tight pot is to actually lie. Why did you just agree with the son? Hey, son, I agreed to buy you a bicycle. I still intend to keep the promise. But you know we have this and this and this and this and this. Please. Because now you are at the mercy of your son. Begging him to allow you not to buy the bicycle now and buy it later. And the boy, what if the boy will not like is to do better? You know, because then he realizes you are trying to escape by lying. And you are trying. But back to the issue of theft. Whenever you go to a place, you know, I was told a story that's very tragic. Or, you know, a friend of mine or an acquaintance went to do some work with a son, with the son of another friend. When they were in a hotel, he picked something from the hotel. So this other person said, hey, you can't do that. He's a Christian, he's training the boy to be a person of integrity, you can't do that. He said, no. We are paying a lot of money to this hotel. Surely, this is our whatever we paid can cover this cost. He said, who taught you that? No. My father told me. When he was to Korea or someplace, he was in a hotel and he found a camera and came home with it. We have been using that camera for many years. And he told us he found it in a room. Now you don't know what to say. Because the thief, the teacher of the thief is the father. Who is a Christian, by the way. And it was a very embarrassing atmosphere because how do you talk against your own the boy's father? So can we be clear that when we talk about not stealing, it means not acquiring things other than through giving, bomb somebody, or acquiring with your own money. Yes.
Fantastic. We are grateful for your time, and we hope that viewers will be careful to make our homes good colleges, not for thieves, but for men of integrity. Keep forwarding your comments on our Facebook page at Leaders Dialogue Show and our Twitter page handle that is at Leaders Dialogue. Till next Monday, keep glowing as a leader. Thank you so much.
We are the new generation. We are the youth of the nation. High in the sky. We are the new generation. Leader.